Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to a little bit more of the Project Crypt. Right then, so, we have had a wee snooze, and we seem to have woken up in this sort of crazy world. Do I have my various regalia with me? I would like to combine this with this, please. And now I can do stabbing. Right then, I have turned the sound effects as they are described. Giddy aunt, tryptophobia, anyone? I've turned the sound effects down a little bit because the guns were very loud, I realised. He is banging out some funky tunes in there. Right then, what's that voice? I can't make out what it's saying. Man alive, this is seriously freaking me out, these floors. Okay, so we're in a weird, freaky prison place. And there's dead bodies, and there's flashing lights, and there seems to be blood everywhere. But my sanity meter doesn't seem to be going down, so that's nice. Here's a nice... oh, as you can see, here's a nice sane person. But, I think that might be a little bit of an overestimate of his mental acuities. Right then. I presume this is just some sort of weird nightmare that my character is having at the moment, because he said he was going to sleep right before we, ended the previous episode. And the kitty hunt. Like, man alive. This is not the sort of game I expected to be playing right now. I didn't expect to be playing... I don't even know what kind of game this is. Some sort of platformer, I suppose. Like a 3D platformer. This really isn't what I expected at all. But, what even is this wall texture? I can't tell if it's fleshy or not. Oh dear, most disturbing. Alright, let me crouch actually, for the sake of ow. So I can make myself a little shorter. I can't tell if my sanity meter is going down a tiny bit. I feel like it might be. But, sorry, I thought I saw a face then. Just there. Just here. Like, that was an eye, and that was a mouth. From, like, the side. Oh, dear. What do we have here? Can I put my light, away? Somehow, to make it a bit easier to see. There we are. Looks like someone doing an operation. Bit of medical science. That's good. Good to know that, good to know the standards of patient care around here are nice and high, which is why he's got no supervision and no gloves on. Kitty aunt. Looks like something out of a demon movie just before they do the exorcism. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. But this is a... Hi, friend. That's a nice touch. I like that. In a sort of horrible, sick way. I like it very much. Kitty, yeah. But as I was saying, this is a lovely change of pace from what we've been doing before. That's an eye over there. Let me get the light back out again so that we can see a little bit more clearly. Oh, Kitty, I'm not forgetting. Sorry, I thought I heard footsteps. I'd forgotten how boaty this camera is. There's literally eyeballs in the walls. Oh dear. It's like if Hermaeus Mora was a sadistic serial killer. As opposed to a perfectly pleasant serial killer, Philip. Kitty, I do sincerely apologise. I say some really stupid things at times. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Never mind. But yeah, this is a nice change of pace after a couple of hours of the sort of city landscapes and things like that. It seems like I can, run now because I've got It seems like I've got my stamina bar now, which is lovely. Okay then, let's try and do this a little bit more expeditiously. There's the tiniest amount of, there's the tiniest amount of the game not responding to me pressing the frickin' button. Do I actually jump further if I'm sprinting? I think so, yes. Okay. What is that down? There's something moving, but I can't tell what it is. Yeah, there's the tiniest amount of inertia to this character, and the number of times I press the spacebar and then he doesn't jump is getting on my nerves. And I forgot to sprint. And then I pressed the sprint button, he didn't do anything. Would you sprint? Thank you. I'm sorry, Bib, I didn't mean to scare you. What? Just sprint when I tell you to, man. For goodness sake, I'm trying to help you out here. Work with me, not against me. Let's just get to the other side of this. Why my light isn't working. Come on, last jump. Penultimate jump. Right, at least it's vaguely quiet in here, which is more than I can say of the last run. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Okay. Really was not expecting a platforming exercise, but I'm very grateful that we've got something nice and fresh and different. Oh, you got scared of my big gun, did you? I don't blame you. Frankly, I'm a bit scared of it myself, in case it goes off. Are you convinced it's locked? Are you... Are you sure it couldn't be opened by, like, bashing my shoulder into it? Oh, the ceiling's coming down! Oh dear! It didn't even strike me. The player was squished. Dear. I'm enjoying these little death messages. What the hell just happened? I didn't do anything. Alright, let's try this again. Yeah, so I can only sprint when it when my stamina meter appears, so it's clearly sort of reserving my stamina for bigger and better things. Right then. So that spooky noise was the ceiling coming down, Indiana Jones style. There we go. And now we can get out of here before we get squashed. What? What? Oh, no, maybe... Oh! The ceiling isn't coming down, the floor is going up. Like that, interesting. That's a little bit of an interesting version. Must be a sort of Australian Indiana Jones, I'm guessing, if everything's all upside down. Alright then, so where do I want to go then? Because this door is definitely not... This is like a key somewhere? Perhaps, do you think? Might there be like a key on the floor somewhere that I can pick up? Because I'm not seeing anything. No, it's just something's blocking it from the other side. I'm going to crouch for it, just for the sake of giving myself an extra few seconds. Not that it's going to be enough, because I can't sprint. This... First time I get squished, I die. Second time I get squished, I die. Third time I get squished, I don't die. Well, in the game's defense, we are in some form of dream state, so perhaps I should forgive it of anything which doesn't make sense. Okay, are there other pathways I can take here? No, there aren't. Okay, then. I was wondering whether I was being led down this direction by the light, but there were other ways I could go, but I don't think that there are. What on earth is that? Sounds a bit like a mosquito, or a slightly gammy razor blade. Or maybe a mosquito using a slightly gammy razor blade. Who honestly knows these things? I don't have either of my status bars anymore. Oh gosh, it's really frickin' dark in here. Right then, can you guess why they're filling me up with stuff? Because I can. Yep, and there he is. There is exactly why they're filling me up with stuff. Oh gosh, it's a baby with spider feet. Which is not a phrase I thought I was going to say this today, but never mind. Frankly, that's not a phrase I hope to say any day. Least of all on days like this. Right then, Missing is the problem. Either that or it takes multiple bullets to take down a single blob of health, which is possible. But I hope that's not the reality of the situation, and now my phone has gone off. I do sincerely apologise for my lack of professionality. Kitty on. Someone's a bit cross at me. Ow. There are some platforms up there. I wonder whether those are for later, or whether I'm supposed to be using those now to protect myself. I need to run away when he does his, like, ground pound thing. That's the thing I need to run away from. Because that's the thing that's doing me a real damage at the moment. Yeah, there's loads of pills here. The pills must do something important. I really must try using them, except I don't want to go in the inventory at the moment. Because I'm a little bit busy. Fighting whatever under the sun this thing is. It's a beautiful design in the sense that it's really, really weird. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I'm wondering whether the pills might actually just be like a general healing item, perhaps. Because it would make sense that they'd give you some healing items here, but they don't seem to be providing any bandages. Just stand still! These enemies are so good at darting back and forwards. No! I wanted to pick up the rest of the stuff.
God, what was that?
Morning, sunshine. Slept well?
Screw you.
Get up. Glenn and I are waiting for you in the living room.
So, once we arrive at the chopper's location, you'll have to take off as soon as possible. You should take this road. That way there will be less skirmish with the military.
What about landing?
I know a few people. They will help us once we're gonna get close.
Hey everyone, seems like you two have a plan brewing.
Morning, Isaac. You're right. To make it out of this town, we're gonna need a car. I have found one which is relatively intact, but it still needs a few parts. We have spotted a factory nearby. That's where you and Albin will head out to find some parts.
Don't trust this guy, Isaac. He wants to kill us.
Right, so you will start out from here. Then take this route to a quay near the Southern Bridge. Then you'll go through a waste tunnel, and you will end up at the factory. You got it?
I think I do. I'm gonna get my stuff, and we'll get going.
Hang on. I have to pick up something.
Huh?
This beauty right here, it has served me well. But if you try anything funny, tough guy, I won't hesitate to use this.
You need to chill out, man.
Right. Let's get moving.
So am I going to have a companion for this bit? Act the second! A burning desire. A burning desire for all the stuff we left behind. Never mind. At least I didn't waste all my pistol bullets. Don't do that! You scared me! Kitty. Okay, so yeah, I do have a companion for this bit. Fair enough. I find it hilarious they say they found a car which is mostly intact, given that every single car I've walked past, apart from being a bit grubby, has been absolutely fine. But never mind, at least here are some extra pistol bullets. May I have these, please? Thank you very much. Alright then, it will be interesting to see how the AI is programmed, because I don't know if there were companions in Cryo 5. If there were, I certainly never got to the stage of the game where they occurred, so I don't know what the AI was like there, and I don't know what it's like now, but we shall have to wait and see. It'll also be interesting to see how the enemies behave with the AI.
Hey, that sounds like the Banshees. Be careful, Isaac.
Banshees? Banshees? What Banshees? Is that something I've met before? Are those people with the black coats on that shout at me and make a lot of noise? Or are they something else entirely? One doesn't know. Well, I can't see anything. I love that my footsteps are silent and yours are incredibly noisy. This man's trying to get his daily allotment of steps in, isn't he? Kitty yards. I spy something evil! Well, this is going to make the game severely easier. I'm guessing this is the Banshee thing you were referring to. Ow, my face. That doesn't need to be scissored, thank you very much.
I need to load up my gun.
I know that, would you?
One down.
Uh-oh, that one's got a gun. Quickly. Maybe.
I see
Ooh.
them.
God. Get behind him. Right, the situation seems to have been resolved. This is excellent. Okay, so the question I was going to ask
Did you hear
is...
that?
No, I was too busy talking, and if you hadn't interrupted me, I'd still be talking.
I'm
Okay,
reloading.
I noticed. Would you shut up? This is getting ridiculous. How many more of them are there? Oh, there's lots of them. Goodness. It seems like the enemies prioritised fighting him over fighting me, which is interesting, because sometimes enemies ignore you in favour of your companion, and sometimes they ignore your companion in favour of you. All the other way around. Stop trying to back me and die. That's better. Yeah, these seem to be the sorts of enemies that pay little attention to me and pay much more attention to him, which is interesting. And the floating blood. Lovely. Can we see a spooky, pooky face? That one's not very spooky and pooky, and that one's facing in the wrong direction. Oh well, never mind. Dear, dear, oh dear. This is going to make the combat a lot easier in terms of because I assume he can't run out of bullets. Or at least if he does, he has like a melee weapon that he can return to. But yeah, I'm guessing they're going to make the combat a bit harder now. I helped, definitely, with my little butter knife. Kitty.
They're coming.
Good for them. Glad they get to have a bit of fun before they die. Excuse me.
I'm out of shell.
Oh, what a travesty. Maybe then you'll stop making such an infernal racket with that thing. Kitty, yeah. This is going to be a bit of a problem because I want to play the game. You big liar about being out of bullets. I want to play the game and enjoy it, but I kind of can't because he's sort of debalancing everything. He's taken what was quite nicely balanced combat and rather spoiled everything. But never mind, it's alright. Let me see. Where are we going exactly? We going through this building? Presumably not. No, we are. We are going through this building. Alright then. Can you please remain quiet? Dear, oh dear. I'm glad I put the volume of the guns down a little bit, because at least I tried to. There was no specific gun slider in the options, but there was a sort of a general sound effects one, which I thought the guns might come under. So I put that one down by 10%, so hopefully that's just made things a little bit more bearable. More pills and more pizza. Excellent. Would you get your big, low poly bum out of my way? Giddy out. I do hope this companion section doesn't last too long, because I was rather enjoying the sort of isolated nature of it all. But we shall see. Giddy out. I've noticed they use these lights. I didn't really notice it while I was playing it, but I noticed it more while I was editing the first episode, that they use these oh, this is just the other side of it. They use these sort of lights to direct you around a lot and say, hey, this is a place we're supposed to be going. Does any of them have guns? I don't think so, no. At least not yet. No, that one's got a gun. I'll hide behind a picnic table. Well, you were a fat lot of help. Yes, if he helps, I will complain that he's debalancing the game, and if he doesn't help, I will complain that he's not helping me. I will continue to complain about absolutely everything. Would you shush? I have no appreciation for you. Is he taller than me? Seemingly so, yes, which makes me feel bad. Right then, never mind any of that. All of these gentlemen appear to be thoroughly dead, which is exactly how I like them. And here's some pistol bullets. I like them as well. Alright then, we have one. Is that there? Oh, a few shotgun shells. Excellent. May I have these, please? No. Thank you very much. What's that? A hammer. I am carrying too much of these. I think you mean too many things. But never mind. Can I use the hammer, like, instead of the knife, perhaps? Let me drop this, just for a moment. You got the hammer. Bonk, indeed. Right then, I don't know how the hammer is going to compare with the knife. I assume it's better, because we're getting it at a later point in the game. I mean, I'm hesitant to leave the knife behind because I love the knife. The knife is brilliant. It's really fast and things. This is a bit slower. Oh, I don't guess I've got a lot of choice because I do want to show you new stuff as best I can. Do you have a gun? No, you don't.
Shit, out of shot.
I need, oh gosh! It's about. I can't tell which bullets are from the good guys and which ones are from the bad guys. Let's see what's going on for crying out loud. Oh, this is freaking dark and scary. Is it over? No, of course not. Is it over now? The other thing about having a companion is previously I knew that footsteps and noises and gunshots meant it was a bad guy, but now I can't be certain of that anymore. Oh dear. Okay, I'm going to try these pills and see what happens. I'm hoping they're a healing item.
I think I'm seeing things.
Huzzah! So they fully restore my health. They might, they might have some form of side effects as well. Again with the real life brands, I'm still surprised by that. That might be a real brand. Goodness knows I don't recognise it. May I have these, please? No, seemingly I may not, because I don't think I can get up here. Oh, hang on. I can sort of get up there, and then I can bang my head on this light feature, which isn't great. You do seem to sort of jump a little bit higher when you're sprinting. Huzzah! We managed it. Good, because we used far too many bullets in that, and we really need to restock ourselves quite a bit. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I mean, oh, I mean, I'm sort of glad that the all like the footsteps and the gunshots and stuff do sort of complicate the combat a little bit, because that does help to sort of rebalance it a bit. But on the other hand, you can just sort of like hide in a corner and just sort of wait for it all to be over, rather than thank you, rather than worrying too much about figuring out who's on your side and who isn't. But I reckon we're about finished in here, so let's go out. Oh, I had to activate like the switch instead of just activating instead of activating the door. That's clever and interesting. I like that. There's far too many of you. Would you run, man? Giddy on. So much for the combat becoming easier. Should we have another go at that?
Let's do it.
And I forgot to reload again. Giddy on. And now we're surrounded. Giddy on. It was a trap all along and I didn't reload. Like a stupid person. There's a man with a gun over there. Right, if I could just clear out the worst of the foot soldiers, then we could handle everything else. There's something over there, I'm not entirely sure what it is. There, now that's how you properly define a hitbox. I was getting rather annoyed by the gambling hitboxes from before. I was getting on my nerves quite badly. Yeah, those are the little scissor people. They're the people that scamper around real fast. It's a yard. At least those things don't have a lot of health. Okay, well, at least my friend's still alive. That's good to know. There he is. Could you finish off the guy with the gun? Because he's being a massive pain in my neck.
Come on.
A useless man. I'd have killed him much faster than that. Ah, well, that was quite interesting. Note to self. When walking through doors, reload beforehand. Oh look, the other one fell over and didn't stab himself. Oh, well, this one did. But this one didn't, so, you know, he's the exception to the rule, but he's a welcome exception to the rule. If nothing else. Oh, dear, oh, dear, oh, dear. Alright, what is this? Oh, these are pistol bullets. I'm just seeing it from a funny angle. Alright then, that seems reasonable. Let's actually reload everything like I just said that we ought to do, because that's becoming something of a problem for me. Okay. Okay, I reckon we're about, oh, there were loads of guys over here, presumably that he was dealing with, thus making things much easier for me. Okay, good, another bottle of pills, I'll happily have those. I now feel a bit bad and stupid for not making use of the pills earlier. I don't know, it just would have been nice if there had been some sort of explanation or some sort of a clue about what they were used for. I mean, I know that they were sort of designed to make me feel better, but I didn't know whether that was just meant to be like a psychological thing, or it was actually going to like heal me up. But never mind. All right then, let's go for a lovely walk down the street and not get accosted by any more maniacs. Though, to be honest with you, walking down the street and getting accosted by maniacs would be an equally effective title for this game. Okay, are we going to head back inside, or are we going to stay outside for a little while? It's the whole,
I need to load up my gun.
Shut up. You've heard of knitting clubs. These people must have all belonged to the scissor club. They're having a big meet.
Reminds me of my ex.
What are you talking about? You shut up for 5 minutes. Honestly, I do not like you in the slightest. Yeah, I suppose this, this little scissoring club was meeting up in this alleyway. That one had a rifle. No, we didn't get a stick. I do apologise. One of those big spiky toothbrushes. I can't tell if you're brilliant at this or rubbish at this.
I see them.
Well done. This isn't an advert for Specsavers. You don't need to state the obvious. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is most intense indeed. At least they are being very sensible about making the combat much harder for the sake of offsetting the fact that you have a little friend to help you. Okay, right, does the shotgun need reloading? Yes, of course it does. That was a stupid question. But, you know, have a stupid face, ask a stupid question. So perhaps that shouldn't surprise anybody. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anyone else around here immediately. I remember being promised a waste tunnel, but I don't remember anything else.
Yeah, this place gives me the creeps.
Why? This place is quiet, it's not full of blood, and it also isn't full of maniacs, unlike the last street we were in. Kitty aunt. It's not suspiciously quiet, it's just enjoyably quiet. Kitty, I saw the top of the lamppost on top of the screen there, and it made me a little nervous. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. And I'm telling him off for being scared of the quiet, and I'm getting scared of I'm getting scared of a lamppost. Perhaps people in glass houses shouldn't throw stones, old boy. Right then, how under the sun did I walk past those without even realising? Again, because I'm stupid. Right then. Alright, I'm supposed to be the protagonist. I'm supposed to go first.
This must be the garage that Vlad mentioned. I believe we have to try that door over there.
Fair enough. Also, I'm just point something out. I'm a little bit confused by the Oh no!
Damn it. I think it's locked. By some kind of electrical lock, it seems. Isaac, go check upstairs. There may be a power switch or something.
While I sit here wiping my bum on the wall because I'm a bit lazy bones. Alright then, we'll go see if we need to shoot anyone up there, and then we'll come back to this because I don't want to leave that behind if it's possible for me to bring it with me. Alright, at least I get to go out on my own for a little while again. Yeah, I didn't realise there would be a limit on the ammunition, but I suppose it makes sense that there would be. Anyway, now that we've gotten rid of him, I might actually be able to get through a sentence without being interrupted by somebody. Giddy on, I forgot. Giddy on. I couldn't tell whether those sounds were a bit of music going, but then I realised, of course they aren't music, Phil. That would be far too cheery for this sort of scenario. Anyway, I'm a little bit curious about the names, because the character that was mentioned a minute ago, who was the guy who led us to the hideout, Vlad, his name is being spelt with a W, but it's being pronounced like a V, which I thought was a German thing. But the names and accents sound a little bit more Slavic to me, so I'm a little bit curious. I'm a little bit curious sort of, again, where we are, and what sort of country we're in, but I don't know. Maybe it's just like a sort of a German spelling, perhaps, that sort of bled through over time and sort of spread around, rather than anything more complicated than that. Perhaps it's more simple than I realised. Huzzah! We did it. Alright then. Now, assuming that we're not going to get pounced upon by any naughty pouncy people as we return back, just checking if there's any sort of extra rooms and things that I could go in and explore and find extra items, or maybe the rifle that I really want. I mean, in a way I don't want the rifle, because it means I'm going to have to give up the shotgun, and I like the shotgun because it's kind of a get-out-of-a-pickle weapon. But, anyway, I have sorted it all out now. However, in the intermediating 5 minutes that I was gone, a monster came along and ate his arms. I'm just going to assume that's a bug. Stand still. Thank you. Oh, there they are. They've grown back. Excellent. Man alive, I don't know if they're giving me loads of stuff because they think this is meant to be a bit harder than it is. I was wondering perhaps whether, like, they're giving me more stuff because they think I'm, like, meant to be on, like, a harder difficulty. Because I'm only playing on normal. But there are much higher difficulties that you can play on. So I was wondering if, they were like expecting me to take more damage and need more bullets and stuff. I don't have to hammer in my quick point and I can't reload it. But let me just go back and get the bullets. But you've got plenty of time to sort it out now, haven't you? Idiot. No, but surely they could just like give you different. I can't talk during the combat; it's just too loud. Going to get behind him. Gonna get behind him just in time for me to see somebody else murder him. Right then. Good deal. At least we shan't be short for food, if nothing else. Why are the cashier's terminals facing the customers? That makes no sense. And why were the cashiers sitting down on office chairs instead of sort of slightly more regular chairs? I am most confused by this shopping centre. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Never mind any of that rubbish, it doesn't matter. We do seem to make a decent team in the sense that he does all the work and then I don't. Is the long and short of it. Oh dear. But yeah, it's rather difficult to talk during the combat just because of all the shouting and all the shooting. But hopefully it's a little bit better for you in terms of the noise of the guns and stuff. Because I don't want to put like the general volume down. No, I just want to use one of these, please. Thank you. Just for the sake of restoring that tiny blob of health. There we go. Rather than wasting it. I don't want to put the main volume down because like the voices for the I am pressing all the wrong buttons and it's driving me to drink. I don't want to put the main volume down because the voices in like the cutscenes and stuff are like at a decent volume, I think, and I don't want to put like the main volume of the game down for the sake of making the voices quieter just for the sake of the combat. So has left me in a bit of a pickle. But never mind. Oh dear. Can we go this way? No, we cannot. Alright then, fair enough. Would you get your bum out of the way? Okay. Let's just relax. Let's just take a moment, because goodness knows we need it, and goodness knows we're not going to get another opportunity to relax, because there's a big bulbous person over there who wishes to have a shotgun blast in his buttock. There we are. At least, oh gosh, it's another one of them. Seems to, I was going to say, he seems to be stuck on something. Well, he was for a while, but not quite for long enough. I'm just going to stand over here and hide behind this bin like the trash that I am. While he sorts out the situation. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I really don't like these big creatures, because they're rather scary, because they move really, really quickly. Which means they can get to me very fast. But at least they don't have a lot of health, which is, I was going to say it's a lifesaver. It isn't for them, but it is for me.
We are coming. I see them.
Well done. Get it out. It's not exactly difficult. They're kind of parading around in front of us like there's no fucking tomorrow. There we go. You kick him in the balls, and I'll shoot him in the butt. I think this is a decent bit of team effort we've got going on here. I do wish you'd do that a bit faster, mate.
I think I got one.
You are really annoying. I just cannot. I just cannot express how much I know you. You annoy me. I guess I'm just very used to, like, you know. I guess I'm very used to just being the only person that talks. So it's a bit weird and strange having to share the spotlight, as it were. Share the sort of the auditory airwaves with someone else. But never mind. Here's another item that I can't take. Idiot. I do wish there were more sort of hotkeys that you could use for shortcuts and stuff. That would be great if you could. Yeah, so do I. I've also got to see the doctor as well. Get the lead out of his bum. Run, man! Why are you so disobedient? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I've now got to I've got to hold off the urge to reload is the thing, because with the shotgun I want to reload whenever I have the opportunity, but with this I don't, because I still haven't tested my theory about whether it conserves your leftover ammunition or not. So I don't want to waste it. Oh, it's another bandage. I came at it from a funny angle and it looked a bit.
Gives me the creeps.
It looked a bit like a funny shaped bottle. I apologise. Turned out it was no such thing. Thank you. Thank you. I only needed to climb over his face. Okay then. We've still got to go through that waste tunnel that they spoke about, which I'm assuming is like a sewer tunnel, perhaps? Something like that. Another bandage that I can't use. Dear oh dear oh dear. I do find myself wondering whether you can maybe upgrade the inventory, because there's lots of space for extra squares. I wonder if maybe you can like find a backpack or something, or a bigger briefcase in order to carry extra stuff. That would be quite cool, but no such luck, at least not yet. Okay, this is nice. I like this. Nice trees, nice chairs, and nice fresh air, and most importantly, no one shooting at me. Get back down those stairs where you belong. There's loads of them.
I think I got one.
Thank you. At least you're occasionally helpful. What the... Oh, there's someone shooting at me. Either that or I was standing in the way of a shotgun, one or the other. Okay, right, now run, man. Do it properly. That wasn't... No, there's no way I can touch my clips. There's absolutely no way that it does that. This was not the opportune moment to test that theory, but it was the opportunity that ended up being used to test it. So let's run and grab those pills. Dear, it's literally just the guys with the guns. They are the only ones that are causing me a pain in the neck at the moment. But and some of them are larger boss creatures, obviously. But yeah, it really is just the guys with the guns, because they have much better aim than I do, which is annoying, but never mind. Hopefully my friend, whose name escapes me at the moment, has sorted the situation out. Oh yeah, no, that's not. Idiot. I couldn't actually tell who's who at the moment. They all look a bit too similar. That isn't rude to say. Where are you? Oh, you're up there in like a tactical, sensible place. Just give me the hammer. I'll bash my own brain in and then we'll be done with this. Oh, dear. The armor over there. I swear, that man has a TARDIS for a backpack when it comes to shotgun shells. Okay, which way are we going? Left or right? There's a light off to the left. So I'm guessing that we're going left, so I'm going to go right first, see the extra items and things. I think the hammer does do a little bit more damage, because those guys, I think, they took 3 hits from the knife, but they only seem to take 2 hits from the hammer. So I feel like it probably does do a little bit more damage, although it is slower by a fair bit. Yes, there's one indeed.
I'm out of shells.
I swear that tree has a better memory than I do when it comes to reloading. Why?
Man, I wish I had a beer.
If you say one more random stupid thing, then this shotgun and your face are going to have a little conversation. Kitty, Aunt, I don't know why I'm just so bad with all the buttons. Why? I don't mean to be, I just am. And I shouldn't... Oh no, I should have wasted that because we didn't have space to carry another one. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, maybe I could have jumped down from there and then we could have just gone straight along this little sort of boulevard. Maybe that would have been a wise plan, because it doesn't actually seem like there's anything to gather here in terms of like extra items. Oh no, there is something. A few bullets. Good. That makes up for the 3 magazines I've wasted thus far. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I don't know why I'm so stupid. I wish I had an answer for you, right? I wish I could tell you that when I was a child I got dropped and hit my head, and ever since then my brain has been a funny shape, and that just makes me very, very stupid, right? I wish I could tell you that that was the reality of the situation, but Unfortunately, I have no such excuse. Right then, let's get down here and go to this door. I feel like this might be the place for a waste tunnel, because we are near a river, and humanity does have a horrible habit of dumping its waste products into rivers. So, not that we've met a great deal of humans in this place, but you know what I mean. This feels like this might be the place. Okay. What on earth is that? A flashlight? You don't say. Alright, can I drop my, my lantern, please? One. Two. Can somebody call NASA for me, please, and get them to fire up some of their supercomputers to test the groundbreaking theory that 1 doesn't equal 2. But no, seemingly they can't. Right, got flashlight. All right, how does this compare? Does this like put what? What? Oh, you yanking on my chain. All right, so I could have had any batteries for this thing. I'm carrying too much of these. You're not carrying anything! Giddy frickin' art. Alright, so that is the most uncomfortable way to hold a torch in the world. Can I just equip the torch on its own for a moment? Nah, do I don't have any batteries to use. Okay, so I need to reload the torch, much like I reload weapons. Okay, let me put this in. Then we put in the massive D cell that we need. Now, how do I turn this thing on? I have no idea. I'm pressing a great deal of buttons and none of them are really doing anything. A control. Is there a control that I should be aware of? Controls. I don't think there are. No. No, unless it's mouse 3. Oh, it's mouse 3. Because, of course it is. Because that's totally different to what everything else uses. Kitty. Alright, so I can't combine this with a gun, but I can combine it with the hammer. Yeah, there we are. Okay, so now we've got a proper flashlight, even if it is very juddery. But this seems like an immensely dark area, so...
Oh, shit! Alvin! What the hell? You there?
Yeah, I still am. Listen, I can't go through this pipe. I'll have to take the longer way around. You'll have to navigate the sewers on your own.
Is it safe? The place looks very off.
Nowhere here
Should
is
be.
safe.
Look, we have to keep moving. See you on the other side.
Okay, well that's fun, because that means I can't go back and get my light when I need it. And my battery was draining for the entirety of the cutscene, because that is brilliant. Crying out frickin' loud. Did nobody catch that in QA? This place is a bit spooky. Oh, a gun! Which again, I don't have any space for. Crying out loud. Fine. Fine, we'll drop the shotgun, I suppose. And for all the good that dropping the shotgun will do me, because I can't actually see the, can't actually see anything. It's so dark. I really wish they hear. Alright, so there's like a sound enemy. Okay, that's fair enough. We're going to run out of batteries in a moment. Well, that was serendipitous of me to mention. And now it is shockingly dark, and I can see the grand total of nothing. I massively regret bringing this this stupid light with me. I'd much rather have the other one. I don't guess I can reach through and grab it, can I? Can I please? Please? No, I'm pressing the button. It doesn't seem to allow me to do that. It's not bringing up a thing saying you don't have enough space. So I assume that that's not feasible. All right then. It's going to be immensely dark for you. It's immensely dark for me. But we're going to do our best. I've just turned right down a corridor. And I turn right again. Now we seem to have reached a little T-junction. Oh, okay, so this has brought us back to where we started. So now we'll go right. Let's go left, I suppose, for no particularly good reason. And now I've reached another T-junction, I think. And here is somewhere I can at least pretend like I can see something for 5 shakes of the lamb's proverbial tail in the frickin' dark that you couldn't see because it's so dark! Dear, oh dear, oh dear, I feel like this is an absolute maze. Why did they only give you 1 battery? That seems very, very strange. Because it seems like this is an environment where you need a lot of batteries. Right, here's one. Man, I'm so sick of having to drop stuff for the sake of doing this. I really do feel like I'm meant to have a bigger, never mind, I'm meant to have a bigger one of. I really do feel like I'm meant to have a larger inventory to carry more stuff, because it seems like they're expecting me to have more stuff. Unless the whole point is that you really do have to pick and choose what you take and what you don't. Is the no, of course not. At least it isn't locked with the keys. That's good. I'm going to sprint a fair bit for the sake of not wasting my batteries. So I'm guessing they are the they that they mentioned in their graffiti. Oh, there's a room in there. And another battery. And I can't take it, because I don't have enough space. Because, of course, I don't. Crikey, man. Let's just explore for a little while, and then we'll go back and get that once we've got a slightly better lay of the land. So, yeah, presumably they are the bad guys that can hear me, and I have to be quiet around them. He didn't seem to respond to my footsteps in the water, which is what I thought he'd be responding to. But, perhaps he only responds if I sprint, or if I'm very close to him, perhaps. Because I am making a fair amount of racket with my feet. Let me just, I need to drop something in order to do this. I hate having to do this. I hate having to do this. Give it to me. Give me the pills. Thank you. Oh, Kitty, there's more of them. Why am I whispering? Goodness sake, they can't hear me, for crying out loud. I can make all the noise I want. This game isn't tied into your microphone, as much as I do love games that are like that. As difficult as they are to play in my specific circumstances, they are they're always a fun little dynamic, trying to keep yourself quiet, but also achieve stuff. Especially the games that I prefer are the ones that force you to actually make some noise, like the ones that actually make speaking and like voice recognition through the microphone like an integral part of the game, which is always cool. Right, again, more batteries. I'm presuming I'm looking for like an exit or something. I don't think I'm trying to like get something working. I don't think I'm like looking for some. Thank you. I don't think I'm like looking for a bit of broken machinery or anything. Kitty, I really don't want to get too close to him, but I also want to get past him. That was a little nerve-wracking. Again, this is a lovely change of pace compared to what we hadn't done before, which is nice. I suppose we're going this way now, because I have no idea where it is we are actually going. Yeah, a nice change of pace to have a sort of it's not really a stealth section per se. I suppose it's sort of stealthy in one way, but I'm not entirely sure how I even activate these kids, let alone if I can fight them afterwards, because I presume that I can, because they have given me the rifle after all, so I must be sort of relatively well prepared for them, but We're about to be plunged back into the eternal darkness, unless there's a battery here. No, there isn't, because we've just managed to work our way straight back to where we began. Brilliant. Giddy on. I'll try and work my way back to that place where we left a battery earlier, but I can't be certain that I remember the path. I think we went left then, didn't I? The other thing is it's quite likely that I'm going to walk into one of those creatures, and oh, good! Oh, spiffing, marvellous, and huzzahs! Giddy aunt. I mean, it's good. It's well designed if it's very easy to get yourself sort of turned around and lost. But still, at the same time, it's a pain in my bum. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. But at least we're somewhere. At least we're somewhere and we're not standing next to that shotgun. So that's good. But, as I was saying, before my geographical inabilities failed us all, I worry that I'm going to walk into one of those creatures. Because maybe they're blind, and maybe they can't see me, but there's no way under the sun they're not going to be able to feel me bumping into them. They're not going to be that stupid. The battery, hooray! I don't have enough pockets. I do like the games that let you sort of immediately use something. Like you look at an item and it's like you know, it's like Q to use the item and E to pick it up if you just want to directly pick it up and immediately use it for, like, you know, healing items or things like that, where you might be struggling in inventory space. So that's always a nice feature. This probably isn't. This is probably more difficult than it's designed to be, because I'm unable to carry any batteries with me. I can't, like, go through here, can I? It doesn't even seem to lead anywhere. No, not that one. Because this room seems sort of important and of significance, but then again, at the same time, it also doesn't. In the sense that it doesn't actually have anything in it. Oh, an up. We haven't been up before. This is interesting. I also noticed the sort of the different coloured walls. I assume they're using those to sort of mark out different areas. So, like, okay, this is the red zone, this is the white zone, this is the yellow zone, to help you sort of differentiate locations a little bit better. And I don't just mean get better at mathematics. I noticed. This might be the exit. If you're very easily optimistic, this might be the exit. But of course it isn't. So presumably somewhere in this little rat's maze there is an exit that opens. See what they remind me of, and they shouldn't really, because it's a totally different mechanic, but hooray! They remind me of that SCP-096, I think it is, the Crying Man. Obviously his mechanic is you mustn't look at him, not you mustn't let him hear you, but it's...
Isaac! There you are.
It's not just similar.
You're alive. Good. I was worried I'd have to be on my own on this one.
Dude, what the hell? Why didn't you tell me anything about those monsters in the sewers? I barely made it out alive.
Monsters? What are you talking about? You need to get yourself together. Come on, we have no time to waste. Let's move.
Dick.
Indeed. Right then. I no longer have my shotgun, despite the fact that I loved it. I no longer have my lantern, despite the fact that I loved it. I no longer have my knife. What do I have left? Oh yeah, the pistol. Good old-fashioned pistol. So these fucking batteries. I know I could lose the pills to carry the batteries with me, but I don't care that much about the... I sort of care more about staying alive than being able to see, if that makes sense. I'd rather be alive in the dark than dead in a well-lit area, if that makes... if that doesn't make me sound like a lunatic. Alright then, let's see if we can find this factory that we've been promised. This might be a factory. I mean, there's also like trucks and vans and stuff around, which Kitty, fine, if you're that insistent. Yeah, I feel like this is the factory, so hopefully we can get those bits for the car, get the spare catalytic converter or whatever it is that's been nabbed off the. Oh look, some pills. If only I could carry them with me. Yeah, I feel like if anything's gonna get nabbed off a car, it'll be that bit. Any other items? Any bullets or things? I don't think so. At least we were able to get through the. At least we were able to get through the sewers without having to use any bullets, which is good. As much as I really would have liked to have shown you how those monsters reacted to actually being bumped into, and what sort of noises they made when they died. That would have been good, and I would have enjoyed doing that, but no such thing happened. I think there's a shotgun shells, which annoy me.
You heard something?
Yes, I heard me trying to talk to the audience, and I also heard you interrupting me. Now zip it. It annoys me that those are shotgun shells because I can't have them, and it also worries me because you're coming down the road and you see those and you think, oh, stuff, and then you run off and get it, and you don't look off to the left where a big monster appears. Oh, turns out I'm not quite the fortune teller that I thought it was. Right. Well, I mean, I can take them, but I haven't anything to shoot them with. So, at least I've sort of got them there for later if I encounter another shotgun. I do rather regret leaving the shotgun behind. It was a really useful weapon, especially since I don't know the capabilities of the rifle. I don't know how useful it's actually going to be to me. But we shall have to wait and see. I'm sure the game will supply me with a lovely vicious person with which I can test the rifle out with. So we'll have to hang on for the time being. They do seem to be stocking me up on bullets and stuff, so that certainly seems indicative of this door being open, but it would seem that it isn't. Yet. Never mind. Let's see that. Okay, oh, more bandages. That again, I can't take. Dear, oh dear, have I missed like a backpack or something? Is there like an extra item I can like take with me? Out of curiosity, can I slip under here? Oh, I can't. That would have been cool. That would have allowed for like fun tactics and stuff, but no such luck. It would appear I'm a bit too portly to fit under there. Okay, there's the warehouse. So that must be where we can get the parts. So we can grab the bits, and then we can probably finish there, because I don't really want this episode to run quite as long as the last one did. But I don't want to cut it overly short either. So let's see. Let's go for the light and the hammer. So I've at least got something to defend myself with. Although I'm going to have to put the hammer away when I want to. I'm going to have to put the hammer away when I want to reload it. Okay, so we've upgraded from a Glock 17 to a Beretta M9. That's interesting. I assume this is more powerful. It would be absolutely pointless if it wasn't, but I like that. I generally prefer sort of upgrading stuff rather than sort of taking a risk with something new, like swapping out the shotgun for the, that's obviously where I'm meant to go, so I'm going to go the opposite way. We don't need the sun. What am I doing? What am I doing? I'm wasting all of the electricity and murdering all of the polar bears. I do apologise. Hi, friends! I should probably actually be using the pistol to try this, but never mind. Okay, at least the pistol bullets are shared between the two.
Still hard to believe this is real.
must stop taking my hand off the mouse when I get scared. I also need to stop wasting the battery and forgetting to change my hotkeys. Alright. No, not that. Why would I want the pistol in both the first one and the second one? That's just silly. Okay, let's have a go with this. Goodness knows whether I even hit him. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. It's so very dark. Thank you. Okay, let's all just take a moment and relax, because goodness, this is tense. I'm gonna have to go back to the flashlight again because I can't see what I'm doing. Alive. I really regret picking up this flashlight, because on the one hand it is great that I can on the one hand it's great that I have a light which actually reaches a lot further into the darkness, but on the other hand it's also a massive pain in my bum because I have to recharge it all the time. And then my brain breaks in half now. Let's try out the rifle. Well, I mean, the people used to be alive and they're not anymore, and what more of an endorsement do you want for a gun? I don't know. There's blood everywhere. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I apologize if it seems like
I believe this is real.
Yes, it is hard to believe that any real human being could make as much noise as you do. Yeah, I apologize if it seems like I've been slagging off the game a little bit today. I don't mean that to be the case. It's just, oh gosh. Why are you reloading this so slowly? Just used a freaking pistol. Right. Now what? Oh, for crying out loud. Oh, for goodness sake. Thank you. Where's that maniac with the pistol? I can see him. Oh, they're fighting each other? I don't have any pills. Of course I don't. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, that was really curious. That guy over there and this guy here with the gun were fighting each other. That's most strange. I never would have thought that that was going to happen. Where is this bad guy? Oh my giddy, aren't they everywhere and at the same time they're nowhere? One missing. Idiot. When there's just a dark figure standing in the shadows, firing off bullets, it is genuinely really difficult to tell who it is. Their guns do make different sounds, so I should be able to tell from that, but in the heat of battle, it's a little difficult to identify precisely who it is that's standing in front of me. And I don't want to shoot my ally, whose name still escapes me, despite the fact that they mentioned it 5 minutes ago. Pick it up, thank you, honestly. Yes, I don't really want to shoot him, mostly because I just remember what he said at the beginning of this little exploit, where he said that he wouldn't hesitate to shoot me if I turned on him. So I'm a little bit concerned that if I accidentally shoot him a little bit too much, with a little bit of a friendly fire incident, he may stop being quite so friendly and may turn that shotgun on me. And goodness knows I'm not going to outlast him when it comes to bullets. Okay then, right. Let's pick up these. Thank you. Let's use this, please. Heal myself a bit. Clear out a bit of inventory space as well while I'm at it. Then I want to equip this and reload it. Thank you. At least this flashlight has a good reason for it. And I forgot to reload again, and now I'm getting pummeled in the corner. 'Tis situations like that that require the use of a shotgun, and it's dunces like this that leave their shotguns behind.
Did you hear that?
Yes, it was the sound of me being dreadful at everything. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I do apologise. What else was I talking about? Yes, I apologise if it seems like I'm slacking off the game a little bit. I don't mean to be. This is a sort of a tougher section, naturally, because it's the second act. So it's natural that it's harder. Can somebody just invent a type of boxing or wrestling where all you're allowed to do is kick each other in the crotch? Can somebody please invent that? That would be absolutely hilarious, where the only legal move is to punch or kick or knee your opponent in the crotch. That would be brilliant. I would love that. I would actually watch that. Oh dear. That's coming from a man who doesn't watch any sport. Okay then, right. Yeah, I mean, I do genuinely find the little comments that he makes a little bit annoying. I'm playing it up somewhat, because, you know, I can't actually tell any decent jokes, so I have to just complain about stuff, because apparently that's a good substitute for comedy. And, yay, bandages. Yeah, I mean, he's slightly annoying, but it would also be weird if he was just infinitely silent. So I do appreciate they were in a bit of an impossible situation. If they make him talk, people are going to complain. If they don't make him talk, people are going to complain. So they're kind of left in a bit of a pickle. Would you get your bum out of the way?
I need to load up my gun.
Yeah, and I need you to shush. The combat has become a lot more difficult now that I don't have the lantern, because I can't see what I'm doing. There's someone there. I wish you'd tell me from which direction. The other thing is my surround sound system isn't very good. It is so dark. Yeah, we're not finished yet. Are we finished now?
I need to load up my gun.
Right. Oh, kitty yards. Let me just get the hammer out.
I need to load up my gun. Be careful.
Where is all of this action going on? Because I'm not seeing it. Oh, goodness knows and goodness cares as well. It doesn't matter.
What happened here?
What happened here is that you were competent at combat because you're decently programmed, and I wasn't because I was programmed by a Muppet. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Never mind. Never mind any of that. Let's just find these car parts and get out of here. Man alive, there were so many in here. I didn't even realise it until we got the light out and I saw the bodies strewn all over the floor.
Alright, I think we should split up here. We're running out of time before the bombings will take place, so we must split up before it happens.
Are you out of your mind? This place might as well be one giant death trap. There's monsters everywhere. I don't even think we'll make it to the exit alive.
I take it you don't want to get out of this city then? Sooner or later the military will start destroying the city, getting rid of the monsters. And if anyone's left behind, they'll die too. You really want this place to be your grave?
No, but I don't think that us splitting up would be any better. If you die, and I find nothing, then we're screwed.
Well, we don't have a choice. It's either this or nothing. Now can we actually start moving before we get crushed by rubble? You take the lift while I'll explore the storage rooms.
Ah, crap. No way this is a good idea.
Well, I like it because it means I don't have to listen to that man anymore. I was really curious what they were talking about, the bombing. It's like, oh yeah, place is gonna get bombed. It's perfectly ordinary. Just an ordinary Saturday afternoon in the crazy city that we live in. But no, that makes sense. If the presumably then this is sort of a relatively controlled outbreak of some form of zombie disease or something, and like the military are going to come and sort of flatten the city for the sake of killing all the monsters and not letting the contagion spread. So that makes sense. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh gosh. It's nice and quiet, and I like that. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I seriously regret taking out this stupid flashlight. It is such a pain in the neck. I just don't understand why I can't combine it with the pistol. Like, seriously. Surely the pistol is no bigger or heavier than the hammer. There's the word I'm looking for and failing to find because I'm a stupid person. Alright, now I'm going to be a clever person and wait for him to come into the light so I can see him and shoot him. Crying out loud, he was wearing a bulletproof vest and a half, wasn't he? Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I do find myself wondering how people actually remember, how people sort of know to reload when they don't have like a counter there, i.e. like in real life, like soldiers on the battlefield. How do they actually know to reload? Do they just sort of keep shooting until their magazine is empty, and then they reload, or are they like trained to sort of like keep a mental track of the number of bullets in their gun, which must be very difficult for an automatic weapon. But I should probably be making more use of the rifle than I am actually. Yeah, so they sort of train to sort of keep a mental track of how many bullets they've got left, so they know when they're going to need to reload and stuff like that, or do they just keep going till they're out? I do not know, but I am curious. Okay, right. I initially thought this elevator was going to take me up, and I'd be like up in an office area, but no, of course not. I couldn't be anywhere nearly as cheerful as that. There is a little spooky tunnel there that we can go down, so that looks lovely. Yep, there it is. Oh dear, can I go through this door? Yes, I can. This looks exciting. There's some stuff over there. Bandages, can't carry any more of those. Oh, and they're letting you switch back if you want to. Well, guess what? I'm going to. I'm sorry, but I am just better with the shotgun, right? I've managed to drop quite a lot of bullets for it, actually. I'm better with the shotgun. Where's the door? Right, there's the door, apparently. Yeah, I'm just better with the shotgun, and I need to sort of get out of a pickled weapon. I always need to get a weapon like that in a game, and right now, the shotgun is exactly that. Let me put it in the quick spot, because hotkeys are also necessary for getting out of pickles. Alright then. Oh gosh, time to get out of a pickle. It's not dying. It's not dying. That took a shocking amount of damage, didn't it? Let's just equip this because there's no way we're going to fight with the hammer at this point. So let me just reload this thing. This flashlight is a good reason to run out of batteries after 15 seconds because D-cell batteries were absolutely hopeless. Here's some good stuff. I wish to have this good stuff, please. No, I don't. Can I reload my pistol for the sake of being as efficient as possible? There we are. Let me switch back to this. Was this area just optional then? Because it doesn't... Oh, no, there is another pathway here. Okay, that's fine. I thought this was just totally optional, but no. Get the gun! Okay, that's interesting. That one didn't take as many shots. I don't know whether I like hit it on the head that time or that is a lovely touch. That the blood splatters that get on the roof cause dripping. That is a really nice graphical touch. Bye. Let me quickly use a bandage. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. The number of times I just had to stop playing this game and just like take a minute just to sort of manage me inventory is ridiculous. The last game I can think of that happened with was Resident Evil 4. I had to like rearrange the briefcase all the time. But that's the best example I can think of. I apologise if the light looks a bit juddery for you. It does for me also. Thank you. I do like that this is a shotgun that you can... Moving forward based purely off the blood splatters and using them as like markers. I do like that you can sort of just reload this shotgun part way and then shoot. I like games that let you do that when you've got a gun that you reload with the individual bullets or shells of, rather than doing a whole magazine. I think that's quite sensible and clever, particularly since those tend to be the weapons that have slower reloads. Alright. Is that a fire I can hear? Can you get in here? I doubt it. There we are. All better. And by all better, I mean all dead. Which frankly is the only way I like these kids. I like the inertia that they have in terms of, You were just waiting for a moment of weakness, weren't you? Ye clever person. We're not clever anymore because you got your face impaled on a bit of corrugated metal. Oh, never mind. I have no idea what I was talking about. I've totally lost my train of thought, and I sincerely apologise for being stupid. What do we have here? Rifle magazine. Great. So when I don't have the shotgun, you give me shotgun shells. When I don't have the rifle, you give me rifle shells. Or rifle magazines, even. To use the correct wordology. Stand still, man! I'll actually remember to reload this time. It's just... I mean, it's difficult for me because I'm an idiot, but it's also difficult because, because the pistol needs to be reloaded only when you're out of bullets, and the shotgun doesn't. The shotgun's different. Kitty, it's dark. Okay, oh, Kitty, yarns. I rather wish I had the hammer. No, Kitty, never mind the frickin' hammer. I remember when you were the worst thing I knew about. That was a very long time ago. Ugh, the innocence of youth. Alright, let me just reload this thing. Then I'll go and stick my face in another dangerous neighbourhood and get it chopped off by the local maniac population. Give me the hammer. Where's he gone? Oh, there he is. That's better. Was there anything on this little shelving unit here? Nope, nothing of importance. Alright then. Okay, another bandage there. I could actually use that one. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. I do apologise for the amount of, like, standing around I'm doing and taking items and stuff, because, I appreciate that it isn't much fun to watch, and I don't really want to just sort of cut everything out, because, then we're going to end up with, like, dozens and dozens of jump cuts. And, that isn't much fun. I'm going to go for the shotgun, frankly, because I don't feel very safe in this environment. And not just because of the headache-inducing light. Do we go that way, towards Headache City, or do we go this way, towards, Pipe Mania? Well, naturally we're going this way. I'd like to have this, please. Thank you. And there's more batteries, which again seem like they're luring me on. In their lurid fashion. Can I go through this door? No, no, of course not. I think there's a dead end here. Yes, okay then, that's fair enough. Alright, so we've run out of road that way. Let's head back this way and see what we can find. Giddy on, seriously, that light is doing my head in. Giddy on. Can I go through here? Yes, I can. And I can rather regret that I went through there because it looks a bit spooky. It's a very narrow corridor in there, isn't it? It's, I don't have claustrophobia, and I don't generally feel claustrophobic in sort of close environments, particularly in video games. But this one does feel a little confined. But look on the bright side: if an enemy runs towards me, there's no way I can miss. Well, I mean, unless I do that, of course. Which, to be honest with you, I wouldn't put past me, myself, and me. So so that was an utterly superfluous but slightly scary corridor. Giddy on. Reminds me of playing spooky sounds like jump scares, which is not an experience I wish to repeat, and not because of the game. This looks like the sort of thing that's going to fall down and crush me in a minute. I don't much like that. Hello? Are there any bad people here? I don't think so. Dear, oh dear. I do find myself wondering whether the flashlight is specifically designed to make the game harder. It's like you see the flashlight and you think, oh, a better light source, and you're like really excited about it. So you take it and you leave your lantern behind. What the hell was that noise that I heard? I don't know, but I want to get out something that I can use to explore with my eyes. That's not my friend, is it? That's not Albion or whatever his name was. I don't think so. I assume there'd be some sort of reaction to it, like a cutscene or something if we'd found his body. I feel like it wouldn't be this... Do you ever have that moment where you walk into the bathroom and you get undressed and you step into the shower and then you turn around and then you suddenly realise that there's a massive spider on the inside of the bathroom door, and then you realise that you can never ever leave that bathroom again, and then you stay there for the rest of your life and starve to death because you don't want to go anywhere near that spider. I'm having a bit of that moment now. Well, since we didn't get the opportunity to fight the hearing monsters. What? Get it off your head! Oh gosh! Where is it? Right. Well, that was an experience. In the same way that being mugged is an experience, I suppose. Well, I'm sort of glad I did that for the sake of showing that off, but at the same time I'm also rather regretful of the fact that I did that, because that was horrific. Oh dear man alive, what a game. What a game, so very creative. Oh giddy up, there's more of them. Oh no, he's on top of me again, isn't he? To get in a better lit area so I can see him. Get the gun out, for crying out loud! Give me the gun! Give me the gun! Right, thank you. Oh, and it's on me bonce again, would you get your mittens off my face? I hate that it de-equips my weapon every time I do that. Right! Would any more of ye alien nasties like a bit more shotgun? Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. And that's not just me trying to advertise to the intergalactic population my preferred format of video. Okay then. I genuinely thought that enemy was going to be like a scary one-time thing. I didn't think they were going to pull a dozen other blasted things onto my face. Literally pull a dozen other blasted things onto my face. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Is that all of them? I don't know. I think I've bumped into a water cooler. No, of course the kitty yarn. There's another one. Would you get off me? Crying out loud. No, don't jump straight back on, you big dummy. Kitty fucking aunt. Man alive. The fact that they land in front of you is really annoying, because you then have to turn around and run away, which isn't intuitive. And the further fact that the fact that it de-equips your weapon when you do that is really annoying. I mean, it makes sense because obviously your hands are busy trying to pull the monster off your hairdo, but that's better. That's better. Just stay there and keep on dancing, you big freaking maniac. My shells are not going to last long in this place. Why does it keep giving me more batteries? I can't use the flashlight. I can't take it out. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. Did I ever finish my thought about my idea about the flashlight making the game harder? I think the idea is that the flashlight is presented as being a better item, so you're encouraged to sort of pick it up and take it with you. But in reality, it does make things more difficult because you can no longer use a projectile weapon while you're using the flashlight, which is a pain in the bum. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So much for this episode not going on as long as the previous one. Where am I going? It's so dark I can't see anything. Seriously. Oh right, there's a door here. No, there isn't. Oh, there's a corridor here. Okay. Right. Maybe I'm supposed to be like stealthing around those bad guys, because at least with the first one I did manage to maneuver around a little bit without getting seen, so maybe there is a degree of tactics to be employed, because they are quite tough and difficult to deal with. Would you stop giving me batteries and give me some healing items? Okay. Where the hell are we? Where are we going?
Good news, Isaac. I found the parts that the car was missing.
Great. We can finally leave now?
Yeah, and we better make it quick. I found some people shot up, but it was more like an execution. I don't think the Faceless did that.
Oh, wait. So this means that...
Yeah, I'm afraid so. That's why we need to be very careful and quick. If we come across the TAC 8 soldiers, I doubt we'll survive.
Oh, good. What joy. So we found a name for our villainous friends. They're called the Faceless. We found a rather pretty looking skybox. And, oh, kitty old, I just want to, like, sit in the corner and cry for a minute. And we have found the car parts. That's good. That means we can go back to our little place and get the car going and go on a nice little road trip. That's nice and happy. I can't wait for one of these kids to betray me and shoot me in the back of the head. That's going to be fun on a Christmas bun. Right then, kitty yarn. Yeah, my idea of making this episode not last as long as the previous one has gone right out the window, but never mind. I think this game does sort of lend itself better to slightly longer playing, because you kind of get fatigued, and that kind of makes you more tense and sort of more scared of the enemies, and it sort of sharpens your reaction times and things like that. So, and I suppose it's also sort of similar to what the actual player character would be feeling, because they would be feeling like tired and worn out by the experience. So it's good that the player sort of feels a little bit of that as well. Oh look, lots of stuff. Hopefully I'll remember to get this next time I play. But anyway, that's enough of that for one day. We've had a very different episode this time, haven't we? We've had a nightmare, a recording session, but we've also had a nightmare. We had that little platforming bit in the nightmare as well, which was a bit weird. Then we had the stage with the companion. Then we met lots of different new bad guy types. We found the flashlight, we found the rifle, we found the new pistol. I must say I like the new pistol. I don't know how much more powerful it is. I assume it is a bit more powerful, but it's a better looking weapon if nothing else. So anyway, that's enough of that. Thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. I apologise for being so rubbish, and I apologise for ragging on the game so much. I do genuinely still enjoy it. I think it is a really fun game, which I don't fully understand all the criticisms that people make of it, because I've spoken through some more of the Steam reviews for the sake of trying to get a better idea of how long the game is, and most people's general consensus seemed to be it's Cry of Fear, only rubbish, but my sort of consensus would be that it's Cry of Fear, only much better balanced for the sake of actually being an enjoyable experience rather than being like a super intense thing. But I'd probably say the same thing about Dark Souls if they made a version of Dark Souls that wasn't difficult. So I don't know. Maybe I should have just been playing it on a low difficulty. I don't know. But anyway, I've taken up enough of your evening again. So I'll say thank you very much for joining me this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Look after each other and good night.